It is February the 28th of 26. We're in a new area looking around and looking at this little structure where they come in, wove this in between them two trees, right down through there. Carried this top in.
No trees that matches.
Look right here. Right through there, you got them broke off about 6 foot high. You got about 4 or 5 of them right through there.
Sure do. Yep.
What you've got on that side?
Look over there.
We got creek over here.
Yeah, another one.
That's a shiny break.
And these over here, we got about 5 or 6 been broke off about 6 feet high.
How about that?
Well, these over here, I'll put it on the pot.
Get under this. And this is still greener than that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's been put under there.
Yeah, because that log's been laying there for years.
Yes, it has.
And those limbs on it right there have been
That's
laid
been
up on
put,
top
that's
of
been
it.
put there. There's
Yeah.
no way that would have fell naturally.
No. And all of these are broke off about 6 feet high. You got this one, that one. Oh, here's a new one.
Look right there.
And right there's 2 more. And right over here's one. You still smelling it?
You smelling my sweetness?
Tell them what you got, George.
Well, we found this rock here, the vine growed over it.
Laid over it.
Yeah.
Because that's actually, yeah,
It's been pulled over it.
yeah,
And we got this I found. It's
just hanging.
Now that could possibly be natural, but it just seems out of place.
There ain't no way that rock's natural though,
Yeah.
because if you take that vine and stuff off of it, it's probably gonna fall.
Yeah, it about fell while going over through that. So that ain't natural. Something put that there or somebody.
Yeah. Well, let's go over here and see what Rob's got.
Bigfoot one.
Something made him a bed right here.
Deer won't make one that big.
Well, we'll say bear.
Well, if it was
they'll leave claw marks on there.
if it was a deer, you'd also have a horned bush here somewhere
Yep.
where they make their scrapes. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be a horned bush.
Half my deer at the house now only have one horn.
Oh,
I only have one that has both the whole set. Out of 9 of them.
what you got, George?
Well, all the bark's been peeled. I don't know what would have done that.
And it's all
There, here. Look at all this.
Them's claw marks.
Yeah. And I don't know what would have done that.
That could be a bear.
Yeah, I guess it could.
But the only thing is, it ain't climbed it. It stopped right there. Then kind of
I
high.
don't see nothing back here. I thought there might be hair right there where that red is.
Is this a small hair right here, George? I don't.
I don't think so. I think it's just a little piece of the bark.
Okay. But something scratched their clothes.
Yep.
Bear or cat or
Something.
physical. Yeah, a cat could reach that high.
Yeah, if it's a big cougar, it could.
Yeah.
And we know there's cougar out here.
Yeah.
But usually a bear, it's just odd.
It is odd, especially in under that other tree.
Yeah. I don't know, boy. Oh. There's some chunks of bark that ripped out of here, but it may have just fell.
Right here, a piece missing too.
Oh, yonder.
Yeah.
It could have been a cat. I think
Well,
it
they're up
probably
in
could.
here, or they're all over. We've seen them down around the area of my house.
Could very well
You
be.
got
There
it.
no more marks up the tree.
If a bear or a panther gets after us, run the other direction. I'm running. I'm gonna say George is gonna distract him while we're running. You
I'll
got,
let you just 3 bits something off. I'll distract him all right.
Yeah.
Because mine's lighter than his is. Mine's a stub nose.
Okay.
There's one right there.
as a little young Cooper's hawk, I think.
On a bunch of feathers off of a hawk.
Yeah, it made somebody ate it for supper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
I ain't good with the tail feathers is what always makes it easy to identify. The wing feathers can be a little tricky. Could be a Norwegian limlicker
There you go.
or Arkansas barking bird.
Yeah. Them rare around here.
They are,
I
they're
mean, when
rare.
you can find the feathers out of them like this one.
Yep.
Oh,
I heard him.
got an arch right there that's pinned down. Comes up this way. Got another one right here that comes up around and pinned down over here. Let's see what else we can find. Here's the next, right behind this arch. We was walking up through here and Rob seen this.
I'll put this radio down so it don't. This right here does not look like it's failed. You can see it kind of looks like it's been strategically placed. You got this tree, this little twig right here, it comes down, breaks off, stoved up in the ground right there. Then you got this one that goes across. And this does not look like anything that come from above.
Look at this one, how it's woven in between them branches up through there.
Yeah.
Woven in and out of them. And also, look at the bottom of this one. It's been moved not long ago because it was right there.
Yeah.
It was. We're gonna check these arches right up here out and then we'll head out to the other bunch. Seen that land up here out of somewhere. Ain't nothing else around like that. No.
Creek rock.
Just checking this big X and double arch. You notice this bare spotting under it.
Something's been kicking up right there, and I can't tell if that's turkey or if that's been deer scratch. Hard to tell right there, as old as that is.
Yeah,
That could have been done back in November or December.
yeah. Right there's another one spot right over there. In front of that. Is that a red oak or a mountain oak? But there's another.
Kind of looks like a white oak, maybe.
Bark's too big. Here's a white oak.
Oh, yeah. Might be a red oak.
And that's a white oak below it right there. That smaller one.
Yeah, I didn't pay that close enough attention to the thickness of the bark.
We found this tree. We found this tree, and as you can see, it was broken green. This was a living green tree when it died, or when it was pushed over. Took a tremendous amount of force to break this, and as you can see here, the force was sufficient that the back end of the bark just kind of pulled away as it was being bent down. And the wind didn't do it. If the wind did it, it would have took this dead one down when it blowed this one down. That was not wind.
And it's a red oak too. So that's not gonna be easy to break.
That took some doing to break that tree. Nothing fell on it. So I sure am open to explanations if somebody thinks it's something other than a knobby.
Yeah, that one. tree right here that's been broke off and packed full of dirt.
And then you got that and her hand is on, been broke over. And look right here where they stuck us in between there.
Yeah. There was a few of them. Where was it? I think it was right over there. Right where
If you notice this limb right here, it's under this limb and over this limb. So there's no way that fell natural.
One of them had a mere rock.
No.
He said, "Here, you know what this is? Take it. Rub it all over you. Take it, smell it."
All righty. We was coming through the woods. We noticed this right here on the ground. As you can see how this is wove in together. This did not fall natural. Theory has it that Bigfoot uses certain symbols, kind of like the Norse Vikings and first one thing another than the Cherokee used to. The meaning of this, I have no idea. It's extremely interesting. And you can clearly see it's been strategically placed, and it takes something other with hands to do that. You won't find a raccoon or a possum or a bear or anything else like that can make something other this intricate the way it's been woven. But the meaning of it, it's still a mystery. We're still trying to figure out what it is.
And we actually find quite a few like that, don't we?
Yes, we do. We found several in other areas like this, but
It's always almost the same formation every time.
and kind of like this one right here, I just now spotted right off the end of my stick.
Yeah, it's been woven together. You see where it's been woven in between there.
So, what it means, we have no idea. The only thing we can do is go back and look at ancient hieroglyphics, cave drawings, petroglyphs, see if we can match up anything, and then reverse Google it and see what we can do with it.
I just now noticed this and balancing on this limb.
Well, I'll be darned.
It's been hung
Not
there.
until we reverse Google it.
Oh yeah, reverse Google it and reverse research it and all that good stuff. And somebody's gonna have an answer somewhere. It may not be us, but somebody will.
And it may not be right, but we'll take anything we can get.
Right here.
Show them, George.
Tell them, George.
Well, it possibly could be natural, but it's kind of funny that the vines go around and pull this tree over like it is. And this is stuck in there.
And look, here's the top to that one, George.
Yep.
Now here's the top. There ain't no way that fell sideways to get that under there. But you can honestly believe it come off of that
Very well could have, yeah.
right there.
Sure does. So, a lot of weird stuff. A lot of sign, but it's all old.
So are we.
Yes, we are.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, for one, we've got 3 arches right here.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah, I didn't see those other 2. I'm glad you mentioned that. And this tree right here, has that been broke off right there?
It has in time. It's been broke from right there.
Okay. Now, could this happen naturally? Perhaps. But it's kind of odd and weird.
Well, one,
Are we going to say this is a Bigfoot sign?
I am, because look at this. This has been taken. Now, this ain't, it goes up, goes through here, comes around, goes under this, back around, up through yonder.
I'm inclined to agree with you because it's not going to fall natural and intertwine like that.
No. Something with hands done it. We'll just leave it at that.
Jerry did it.
Yeah. Ma, what are you doing down here fixing these up for us to find? Or did you say Jerry? Jerry?
Jerry.
Okay, not Sherry, Jerry. Jerry, why you been down here putting this up for us to find?
You find it.
We found another one right here. It's been woven together. You can see where it comes through these two, but it goes back around this one. And it's, right here's another one that's been woven in. You can see where it goes and under this one, on top of that one. And then that one comes through here and goes around and down. We find these a lot on these old roads, like it's marking the trail for the roads. These old logging roads that's been here for hundreds of years is a good place.
They could hide behind and sit there and
Push the walls up, everything too.
This one here, this little bitty one woven right through there. This one is woven in. This one's been woven in around it. That one's been rolled in. They just like doing stuff like that. And sometimes this little stuff like this will be a small one, imitating what mom and daddy's doing on a bigger scale.
Meadows and bogs, but because they would fire it up and farm it, then it would come back in trees. And there's a lot of places in the mountains, and it's been going on for long. Your daddy probably was in on turning some of the areas back into bogs and meadows.
oh yeah.
Because it was, and that's where the wood bison would graze when we had wood bison.
Yeah.
And another bald spot, that could be turkey or deer, but if it's deer, they ain't, usually they'll make a scrape somewhere where they horn or licking brain.
Eradicated them, I mean, just hunted them to extinction. They about hunted
Let's
the
see what it,
Coming down this little old ridge here, notice this strange way this is woven and stuck in there. And this stick right here goes all the way back through and stuck up in the ground right there and goes all the way up and tied in and wove in together. Meaning of it, I have no idea, but the way it's wove and intertwined,
I'm making
I
a
don't.
circle,
I'm not convinced that grew natural.
making a circle there, and that and there's a fire's coming around making a circle this way. Pinning this one down, laid right there.
Well, this is laid over. This is old fine.
Hang on just a second to see what Rob's got right here.
the game lands are 20,000 acres, and the rest of the state park is 80. What, you see something interesting there?
See how this right here is bent all the way over? And this is intertwined in with it.
Yeah.
It might be.
Miss Rachel thinks she maybe found the cat track right here.
Oh yeah. That's juvenile fishing.
Beer. Yeah, clean.
It's a track of some sort. And the definition of it too.
Did you come down through here, Jerry?
Mm.
Because that almost looks like
Look, I came through there.
almost looks like a one there and then another one right here. Ain't much where it was, but it looks like one there and one there. But we'll check it out.
Over through yonder.
Another Rex. They're following this draw right up through there. Because they can stay right here. They can hop on right this ridge if they need to. they hear something, they can get up there and look. Stay hid down in here, out of sight. So let's ease on down. I just like finding these. Not always do I think it's a Bigfoot, but I do like finding them. Drove up into the ground. Also got this woven right through there, around that tree.
Well, we were looking around through here for some sign by this creek, and look what we found. Looks like a coyote skull. Look, it's got a snail.
That's cargo.
Yep, that's cargo. There you go. It's old, because you can already see where the decay of the bones already started.
Yeah. We got right here, we've got an arch coming up. Look at this, and this one's been broke over. Been broke over it. That one's been pulled down. Those have been pulled down. And that's been laid on top of it to weigh them down. And this one right here, it looks like it more than likely come from right here, has been stuck through there, woven through. Looking out here, got this balanced there, over to there, balanced up in there. There's no way it comes through all of that. The land right there, ain't no way.
So this empties into the pocket too, if I'm not badly fooled.
Here's another one. Hang on just one second, George. I'm gonna do this and then I'll be right there. Right there. Twist brake here, there. Small one right there.
Ain't that weird? This part goes here.
Yeah.
It is.
And then that's how it's playing on them limbs. That's just weird.
Yeah, it's probably rotten. It might be natural, but it just looks weird.
You would figure if it was, that would have come off last, would have hit on this one and slid down this big long pole and been hooked in it more than this one over here.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't
Pretty
loose.
solid.
Yeah. Timber!
I broke it.
Look what you did.
I broke it.
We can't take George nowhere, and they call me the red-headed stepchild.
Nutrients and minerals locked up in dead wood.
Mm-hmm. We definitely ain't saying it's a Bigfoot. We're just looking where something's tore this log up
Yeah, getting bugs and eating the wood itself for the minerals.
and the grubs and all of that stuff. Something has been having a time though. Something been eating good there for a day or two anyway.
Well, here's some black water runoff, and that's underground flow. Right where you see where the dirt ended up there, that's where they tried to do it. Way back to divert the water. Make sure all those things back there was all over. I would love. I've never been this way.
Well, let's get this off for a little while.
The white sound still had some.
There's a print right here. You can see the toes coming out of the creek.
You got that done on the show? She don't like
You
being on
see.
camera.
Half of it anyway.
Yep, the back half of it, or the front half
Front
of it.
half of the toes right
Yeah, 'cause you could actually
widespread toes.
toe right there, right there, right there, right there, right there.
It is.
Good find, Miss Rachel, because the rest of us experts walked right by that. That's the reason we're experts, because there ain't no such a thing.
You're
Unless
an
it's a
expert,
crazy
don't you?
person like me that kicks their
Has
shoes
been
off.
under pressure.
Yeah.
So unless it's a crazy person like me that kicks their shoes off as soon as they get out of the vehicle.
Well, we was actually talking
That's
about
good for
feral people down here.
I
Yeah.
hiked all the way.
I'm telling you, I heard them voices.
We stay sick because
I take a lot of took test on that.
That's why they started making rubber soles.
All right.
Kids footprint. You see?
My witness, 1977, left home and went to Western Carolina. Didn't and quit after 2 semesters. He didn't like it, said it wasn't for him. But while he was at Western Carolina, he met some folks. They introduced him to hiking. He was an old country boy. He didn't hike, but he developed a love for hiking and camping by himself. And he would go into an area when he'd take time off from work, and he would camp 4, 5, 6 days or whatever. And every day he would hike a different direction. And the very first morning, got up, secured his camp, pulled his food and his trash in the tree and everything, and got a little ways away from camp, and he heard a popping or a clicking sound. And he said it kind of instinctively, he felt like it was made by a human mouth. And it bothered him. And he got a little bit further, and he sat down, pulled his boot off. He had something in his boot, and he said it was just bothering him. And he sat there and thought about it for a little bit, and he heard something, an unusual noise from back in the direction of his camp. And so he headed back, and as he was heading back to camp, on each side of him, he heard that noise. And he crested the hill. His camp was up on high ground, and just as he did, 3 individuals was running out of his camp. And one of them, he saw him from the back, but he said it looked disheveled, and they were raggedy, and partly bald, stringy long hair. And the one he locked in on visually was running with it kind of shoulder, like it had some kind of defect or deformity. And they took about everything he had in his camp, took the stuff out of the tree, the food. The only reason they left some things, I expect, is because he surprised them. The next day, he got some of his buddies and went back and camped the same spot, and they made out like they was going to go hiking, but they didn't. They wouldn't have outsmarted those people.
Yeah. And that's feral people, not we're not talking Bigfoot, we're talking feral people. Yeah.
And I believe that he continues. Well, when I talked to him a year and a half ago, he's in bad health, and I haven't talked to him since then. But up until his health prevented it, he continued to do that. He just never went back to that spot again.
Yeah.
Because who wants to run into feral people?
Yeah. And the reason we're talking about feral people, George heard something over here. Sounded like people talking and a kid laughing. But we're pretty good ways back in here. Not to where anybody would be camping back in here.
I did that episode on TikTok and it exploded.
Did you?
It was like 60,000 views.
Oh,
That was my best.
oh.
It was my.
What you got?
It's just a weird looking rock.
Look at that break over.
Yep. Yeah, I can see that. Bigfoot was mad, ran a light, middle light.
He killed it.
Killed the middle light, they got mad,
He
broke
was
his
probably
chair.
mad because all he had was Miller Lite.
Time I see it. That's bedrock right there.
We call it Little Brown Jug. I think it's kin to ginger, but don't hold me to it.
Smells good, whatever it is.
Does it smell good?
Don't tell that. George thinks it's me. I mean, Rob thinks it's me. Don't show him that.
Well, today's recon mission of searching for Bigfoot down here in the lower side of the South Mountains of western North Carolina. From the evidence that we've come into, I think we've about figured out that the Bigfoot is basically went back high up. Judging by this time of year, it's the 28th day of February. Guesstimating on the gestation period of the Bigfoot on the female, I think males are basically guarding the females right now because they're getting close to have youngins on the ground. But what evidence that we found down at the lower end on here next to the creek, we found some footprints. We sort of at the beginning kind of thought it might accidentally be juvenile Bigfoot, but further investigation and further examination, I think we have basically about come to the conclusion we do have run into some feral people in this area, and we've been catching some weird smells that really and truly should not be available at this time of year.
Talking. Heard talking from a few of us have heard talking at different times, like a person talking. The footprint we found was thin, not wide like a Bigfoot. It was thin like a human foot, small human foot.
And we've been hearing thumps.
We've heard thumps.
And you heard a kid.
Yeah, I heard what sounded like a little kid laughing. And
there's no other people in this area. What was it, an hour and a half ago, we seen 2 Forest Service individuals, and they was not a bit more interested in talking to us than a man on the moon. They had whatever they were doing on their mind. It was going back to their vehicle. We're probably a mile or so away from our vehicle as it stands right now. And
something was parallel with us.
And we've got something other on this ridge. Right over in here, we got 2 investigators, Jerry and Rachel, down here in the woods trying to figure out if they can get a bead on what's going on. Something or something, I'm not going to say what it is because we don't have visual on it, is parallel and going right around through here. Feral people, in my opinion, are more dangerous than dogmen ever thought about being. Dogmen are methodical to a certain degree, but when you got 5 or 6 feral people together watching for an easy target, anything's possible. They've got their own weapons at their disposal. I'm not talking about firearms, but they probably could have if they've raided somebody's camp and stole something other. They can make their own bows and arrows and
Axes, knives.
knives, spears, whatever. And this whole area just absolutely does not feel right. I mean, it just does. You're out here, you've got all this ridge top back up in here, and you've got everything that you can see. There's plenty of places for something other to hide. You'd never find it.
And there's no animal sounds.
And the woods is absolutely, completely, teetotally quiet and has been for at least an hour. There's no squirrels, there's no birds, there's no chipmunks, nothing that you normally would run into in the woods. It's just, the woods has an absolute odd feeling. There's a little creek bed right over here to our left. And we've scoured this creek bank and found a little dab of sign, but nothing, significantly say, yeah, it's Bigfoot, yeah, it's Sasquatch, it's just strange stuff that does not happen naturally in the woods. And then we found an area down next to the creek on the far back side, probably 120 yards in that direction. Looks to me like something other or somebody has been bedded down, the leaves are matted down, but they're not crushed up, like where a deer or of course we don't have no elk in the area, just using deer, elk, hog, and whatever.
Things with a hoof on them.
That, normally you'd run into in the woods like this, but it's just strange. I mean, cannot put our finger on it. We're still going to prod on a little bit and see what we can come up to and see what we figure out. But
also up here, earlier up on the mountain up here, George and Jerry seen 2 different black things up there going up the mountain that looked like it was upright, not like a bear, because a bear would be going around the side of the mountain. But these was walking straight up the mountain. The bear would walk to the gap, the lowest point in the gap on the top of the ridge to pass through. But these was going up the steepest part right through there. And George seen one and Jerry seen one
cross each other.
Yeah. So we don't know. Pretty sure that was more Bigfoot typical, but this down in here is just different. It's different tracks, different sign, and all of that stuff. Different smells.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What,
And-
what are we looking at? About 150,000 acres, or give or take?
I think Jerry said it's around 100,000.
Hey Jerry, how many acres?
This South Mountains,
Yeah.
100,000 acres.
I wasn't off much.
No.
Game lands is 20,000. The rest of the state park is 80,000. And about 90% of it is publicly owned. The other 10% private.
There's that smell again, coming from right over in there.
Oh, I smell it now. Kind of a odd sweet smell.
Yep, and you shouldn't be smelling something really like that because the sap's not far enough up in the
Trees yet.
trees and in the shrubs to be getting smell like you would off of a birch tree or a beech tree or a maple or anything else for that matter.
You can see the maples right there just barely are budding out. So, and maples actually don't have a smell that I've ever noticed. Now the sugar maples might, like you make syrup out of up north, but
Yeah.
our maples don't.
Those definitely do.
Yeah,
And it's definitely not pine either.
no.
So
No, it's not a fine smell.
and nobody's wearing any loud cologne, any loud perfume or anything else for that matter. I mean,
Well, Tim smells good.
yeah, we determined that earlier on. We caught a weird whiff, and for some odd reason or another, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I caught a weird whiff, couldn't figure out what it was. So I sniffed Miss Rachel, thought she might be wearing perfume, like White Diamonds or whatever.
At channel number 5.
Yeah. Determined that wasn't it. Funny part was, between Tim, I'm going to go ahead and say it, and y'all can laugh if you want to. I took a sniff of Tim between his deodorant and his juicy fruit chewing gum, combined with the smell, created the same scent that I'd been smelling for 15 minutes and couldn't figure out what it was. So we debunked that awful doggone quick.
Just because you go in the woods don't mean you got to smell like the woods. Degree
Exactly.
deodorant. Buy you some.
Tim smells so pretty.